Hello everyone. As we have started with some important polymers, we have done with natural rubber, or we have done with basically the rubber. Then we have seen vulcanization process in somewhat short, and then we have done with the second polymer, that is nothing but ethylene. Okay, ethylene is a monomer unit or the starting unit. And polyethylene we have seen, and there are two types. One, it refers to LDPE, that is low density polyethylene, and second, it refers to HDPE, that is high density polyethylene. So we have done with two important polymers. Third, today we will start with is nothing but Teflon. Okay, so the third polymer is nothing but Teflon. So write down title as Teflon. Okay, Teflon. Teflon is also called as tetrafluoroethylene. So tetrafluoroethylene is basically the monomer unit, and Teflon is called as polytetrafluoroethylene. So the monomer units are involved. Okay, this Teflon is also called as polytetrafluoroethylene. And the monomer units who involved, it is called tetrafluoroethylene, and the structure for that is nothing but, so instead of two hydrogen, it is replaced by fluorine. We will take n moles of this, which is allowed to undergo polymerization in presence of peroxide, which is acting as a catalyst or which is acting as an accelerator, and it results into formation of polytetrafluoroethylene, that is Teflon. Okay, so what I have done, I have just removed the double bond. Instead of double bond, that double bond will provide you new site of attachment, and therefore it is nothing but Teflon. So you will write title as Teflon, then you will write, it is also called as polytetrafluoroethylene, and you will directly write down the reaction CF2 double bond CF2, that is tetrafluoroethylene, okay, on polymerization in presence of peroxide gives you Teflon. Write down this sentence. Okay, tetrafluoroethylene on polymerization in presence of peroxide will give you Teflon. Write down this reaction. Then now we will see some properties. Okay, what are those properties? Properties of Teflon is nothing but, it is chemically inert. First property, it is chemically inert. It is tough, and it is resistant towards the attack of heat, as well as it is resistant towards the attack of corrosion. So that is first property. What you will write in first property, it is chemically inert, it is tough, it is resistant towards attack by heat and by corrosion. That is first property. And second is that CF bond, that is CF bond, this CF bond, okay, CF bond, it is much more stronger bond, or it is difficult to break, and therefore it is resistant towards attack by the corrosive alkalis and the organic solvent. So these are the two properties. In first property you will write it is tough, it is chemically inert, and it is resistant towards the attack by heat and by the corrosion. That is first property. And second is, it is chemically, since CF bond, that is this bond, CF bond, it is difficult to break, and that's why it is difficult towards, it is resistant towards the attack by the chemical alkali or corrosive alkali and the organic solvent. So these are the two properties you are supposed to write, and then you will write uses. So in uses you will write, it is used in making non-stick cookware. So as we have know that the frying pan we are having in our kitchen utensils, okay, that frying pan is basically made up of Teflon, because the uppermost coating, it is made up of Teflon. Okay, so you will write uses. It is used in making the kitchenware, okay, non-stick kitchenware. It is used in making oil seals, and it is used in making gaskets. So that refers to the Teflon. So we have done with reaction, then properties and uses. In uses you will write, it is used in making kitchen, non-stick kitchenwares, then it is used in making oil seals, and it is used in making gaskets. Okay, so that is something about the Teflon. Okay, next it refers to the next polymer, that refers to polyacrylonitrile. So we will see now after Teflon, write down title as polyacrylonitrile. We have seen its preparation earlier in one of the classification basis. So next we will write polyacrylonitrile. So the fourth is polyacrylonitrile. Okay. So the starting unit so utilized in this nothing but acrylonitrile. So we will write this as CH2CHCN. Okay, this is a monomer unit so involved in acrylonitrile. Okay, so this acrylonitrile is taken. Now this acrylonitrile, so we will take n moles of this, okay, which is on polymerization reaction, again in presence of peroxide, right? It will give you this, that is polyacrylonitrile n moles. Okay, so what I have written? I have written the acrylonitrile as a starting material, okay, which is in presence of peroxide, undergoes polymerization reaction, and whatever the double bonds so present, now I have written over here only the one bond, and the double bond so present, it will give you the second site of attachment, and that is nothing but polyacrylonitrile. What you will write is, it is used, so no property that is given for polyacrylonitrile, we will directly write its uses. Polyacrylonitrile, it is resembles wool. Okay, so it is used as a wool substitute. It is used as Orlon, or it is used as acrylon. Okay, Orlon is nothing but since it resembles the wool substitute, it is used in making sweatshirts. It is used in making shawls. It is used in making sweaters. Okay, as well as it is used in making blankets. Okay. So for while writing uses, you will write it resembles the wool, therefore it is used as a wool substitute. It is called as Orlon, or it is called as acrylon. In second, you will write down, since it resembles wool, therefore it is used in making shawls, sweaters, then sweatshirts and blankets. Okay, so that is something about polyacrylonitrile. That is the fourth polymer. Next, fifth polymer, that is nothing but which are so called as polyamides. Okay, so polyamides is nothing but it is said to possess presence of amide linkage. Okay, this linkage must be there. So what you will write in this polyamide? It contains CONH linkage. This is the first point you are supposed to write, and second write down. They are commonly known as nylons. Okay, so they are commonly known as nylons. Okay, so how they are prepared? In that case, first adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine is taken. They are allowed to undergo mixing. After mixing, it results into formation of a nylon salt. And that nylon salt, it is then heated at higher temperature and pressure condition, and then it results into formation of that polymeric form. So now we will see the reaction. So while writing polyamide, you will write, it's said to possess CONH linkage. And second point, write down, they are commonly known as nylons. Okay. Next, write down reaction. Reaction is adipic acid is taken. So this is structure for adipic acid. It's COOH, CH24, COOH. Sorry. Yes, it's CH24. And this is nothing but adipic acid. N moles of this are taken. It is allowed to undergo condensation reaction. So it's hexamethylene diamine. Hexamethylene is nothing but how many methylene group? 6. Okay, and since diamine is there, there must be 2 NH2 group one at this side and second at this side. Okay, so this is called as hexamethylene diamine. Okay, so both are taken. What will happen? After mixing, it results into formation of a nylon salt. So let's first write nylon salt. So for writing nylon salt, it becomes C double bond O, then O minus. Okay. So this is C double bond O minus. That hydrogen will go. Okay. So this O minus C double bond O, CH24 as it is. That CH24 as it is again. C double bond O. This is O minus. Okay. What do you will write? That hydrogen will go with this NH2. Therefore, it becomes NH3 plus like this. Okay. And then it becomes CH2 that is 6 methylene group as it is, and NH3 plus again. Okay. So this is called as nylon salt. Okay. So once it results in formation of nylon salt, how we have written, see, this is C double bond O minus, that H plus will go with the forthcoming NH2 group from the another monomer unit. Okay, then CH24 I have written as it is, then C double bond O minus, that is this oxygen, and that hydrogen will go with NH2, so it becomes NH3 plus, then CH26 as it is, and NH3 plus. This is nothing but one nylon salt. Once that nylon salt is formed, it is allowed to undergo heating. So we will heat this where removal of water takes place. Temperature condition is 553 Kelvin and high pressure is utilized for polymerization reaction. Okay, what will happen? It undergo removal of water. So here the water will be removed and therefore the polymer so result in this case they said to possess structure like this. Okay, this is C double bond O. Then this is CH24, this is C double bond O as it is, okay, this is double bond O. And now that oxygen and 2 hydrogen will go. Therefore it becomes NH, so C double bond O NH. Water will be removed, 2 hydrogen from this and oxygen will be removed in terms of water. Therefore it results in formation of CONH linkage. Then this is CH26 as it is. And again this, okay. And therefore this results in formation of new polymer which is called as nylon 66. Okay. See, I have written C double bond O as it is because this oxygen will go by removing water. Then this CH24, okay, C double bond O. Then from this water will be removed. So 2 hydrogen from this and oxygen from this will be removed. Therefore it is NH, right? Then CH26 as it is and this NH. Okay, so this is called as nylon 66. Now the numerical nylon 66, this numerical 66 it has been written over here, right? Right? Why it is so? Because 6 carbon atoms from one monomer unit, that is 4 methylene and this 2 carbonyl, therefore it becomes 6 carbon atoms, right? And 6 carbon atom from the another monomer unit. So since both monomer unit contribute 6 carbon atoms and therefore the numerical 66 stands for the number of 6 carbon atoms present in each monomer unit. Okay, so that refers to nylon 66, that is nylon 66. So this is the preparation part we have seen. So just write down title as polyamide, write down in that they basically contain CONH linkage, they are commonly known as nylon. Then write down this reaction, it will result in formation of a nylon salt. Then 553 Kelvin and higher pressure condition, it will give you this polymeric unit which is nothing but nylon 66. So after that you will write properties. First property for nylon 66 is nothing but you will write property as first it is higher molecular mass linear condensation polymer. That is, it is basically consisting of 12,000 to 15,000 unit molecular mass. So first write down it is higher molecular mass linear condensation polymer because this is a linear chain, okay, linear condensation polymer. Second write down it's said to possess higher tensile strength. So second property will be higher tensile strength and third will be it does not soak in water. So that refers to 3 properties. First you will write it is high molecular mass linear condensation polymer. Second it refers to it's said to possess higher tensile strength and third it refers to it's said to possess it does not soak in water. These are 3 properties for nylon 66. Uses, it is used in making bristles for brushes. It is used in making bristles for brushes. It is used in making textile fibers. It is used in making surgical sutures. It is used in making sheets. Okay, so these are the applications as far as nylon 66 is concerned. Just revise again. It is used in making sheets. It is used in making bristles for brushes. It is used in making what we can say textile fabrics or fibers, and it is fourth one, it is used in making surgical sutures. So that refers to nylon 66. One more polymer is there in a polyamide and that refers to nylon 6 that we will see now. Okay, now the second. So earlier nylon 66 was the first, that is nylon 66. Okay, that was first in polyamide. So by writing polyamide, once these 2 are over, write down title as nylon 66 and then writes its reaction, then properties and uses. Okay. After that, B is nothing but nylon 6. Right? So what do you write? This preparation we have seen earlier in ring opening polymerization. That is type or the mode of polymerization reaction. The classification basis we have seen. So same reaction I will write over here. This is NH. This is C double bond O. Okay. This is alpha, beta, gamma. Then this is del. Okay. This is del. And this is epsilon. That is this. Okay. So epsilon caprolactam, that is E caprolactam is taken. Epsilon caprolactam is taken. Then it is heated at higher temperature condition. Temperature condition is 553 to 543 Kelvin. So somewhat higher temperature condition is needed. Again, there is removal of water. There is a breaking of bond takes place. So bond will break over here. Okay, and therefore it will give you this kind of chain. NH, this NH as it is, okay, since the bond is breaking over here, so NH, then C double bond O, that is this C double bond O, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. So, how many methylene unit? 5, okay. So, this is ring opening polymerization type of reaction, and therefore it results in formation of nylon 6. So, I will take E caprolactam, it is heated at 543 to 533 to 543 Kelvin. Then bond breaks between epsilon carbon and NH, and therefore I have written NH as it is, the C double bond O as it is, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 methylene as it is. Now there are total 6 carbon atom, and therefore the resulting polymer is so called as nylon 6. The numerical 6 stands for the 6 carbon atoms so present. Properties, this said to possess higher tensile strength. This polymer said to possess higher tensile strength and luster, and therefore it is utilized in making tire cords, it is utilized in making fabrics, it is utilized in making ropes. Okay, so that refers to something nylon 6, that is E caprolactam is used as a starting material. So up to this, it is about polyamides. Thank you.